Historically, more deaths have occurred as a result of car accidents nationally over the Labor Day weekend than any other holiday except maybe for Thanksgiving. Although drivers should be careful every day that they are out on their state roadways and highways, certain times of the year present a much larger risk for accidents and death than regular everyday driving. In fact, according to a 2015 National Safety Council study, Labor Day weekend accounted for an average of 375 deaths in car accidents in relation to the last 5 years. 37% of those deaths involved alcohol impairment. I want to welcome everyone to our Boca Raton Accident and Injury Google Hangout. My name is Rene, and I'm here with Joe Osborne, a leading Boca Raton car accident lawyer, who will offer us some tips to keep us safe on the roads during this important holiday weekend. Joe, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. Great to be here, Renee.
Wonderful to have you back on the show. Maybe you can share with us your opinion about why there is such a high number of deaths over the holiday weekend and why so many involve alcohol.
Well, certainly the Labor Day weekend being the last weekend of the summer, many families and adults plan vacations for this final weekend of the summer before the kids go back to school and the fall begins. With that occurring, there's a lot of crowds, there's a lot of people. People are in a hurry. People are certainly celebrating the end of the summer. And with all of that, the risk of car accidents and traffic problems increases. It reminds me of a case that I had just a couple years ago where I represented a young girl who, on Labor Day weekend, got a flat tire on a major road here in Boca Raton on a Friday afternoon. And unfortunately, while she was in the process of changing that tire, the car was rear-ended by a drunk driver who had been out celebrating the start of the weekend. Unfortunately, because that drunk driver was operating his vehicle under the influence of alcohol, certainly distracted, was certainly in a hurry, my client ended up suffering significant injuries and had to be hospitalized, all because she had gotten a flat tire.
Well, maybe you can, give us some tips on helping us stay safe and avoiding these kinds of situations.
Sure. Of course, number one, don't drink and drive. Please stay off the roadways. If you decide to have a few cocktails or to go out and celebrate, certainly with all the available resources today between Uber and Lyft and our taxis, make responsible decisions and be sure to use these services if you are out celebrating. If you are going to be driving your car, make sure you wear your seatbelt. Be sure to not be distracted, because there are plenty of others who may be distracted on the roadway, and certainly leave plenty of time to get from one place to another. As certainly with the amount of traffic that can be on the roadway, again, with people in a hurry, you don't want to find yourself in a situation where you are in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Joe, what are some of the things that the authorities or enforcement agencies planning on doing to help prevent the drunk driving statistics from climbing again this year?
Well, certainly both here in Florida and nationally, the Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over program is in place. The Boca Raton Police Force, Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, I know is actively engaged with this program to make sure that they are vigilant during times when people may be drinking and driving. And those programs not only are in place locally, like I said, but in that format and others on a national basis. And certainly we want to make sure that if we do see anybody, in other words, if we're driving a vehicle and we do see somebody we believe is impaired, whether it's on the highway or otherwise, call 911, report it to your local authorities, and let them investigate it.
Well, I think the increased visibility from law enforcement statistics have shown that they decrease fatalities by as much as 20%. So, hopefully they'll be out in strength this Labor Day weekend.
For sure.
If you have a case in South Florida related to a car accident or any other accident or injury, please call Joe Osborne at 800-4011. Or you can always visit the firm at www.oa-lawfirm.com. Joe, thanks again for sharing your experience and knowledge with our audience today. I want to thank everyone for participating and invite everyone to come back next week when we'll be discussing a new and important topic. That's all for now, and happy Labor Day weekend, Joe.
You too, and thanks again for having me.